After a long NBA season, the NBA Finals are finally here. And two teams who, in my opinion, I didn't really expect to make the NBA Finals. The Warriors versus the Celtics. I'm going to give you guys my prediction starting right now. But of course, before I get into this video, make sure to like, subscribe, turn the notification bell. You guys help me out a little bit. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. Now, of course, I'm going to start off with the Golden State Warriors. They're trying to win their first NBA Finals since they beat LeBron in 2018. They dominated Luka Doncic and the Mavericks, beating them in 5 games. And as a result, they basically got a lot of rest ahead of the NBA Finals. About a week of rest, if you want to be exact. Now, of course, going to one of the best players in the NBA, Stephen Curry is doing Stephen Curry things in the playoffs, averaging 26, 5, and 6 for the postseason. Of course, Warriors as a team, they have a big 5. You have Curry, Klay, Draymond, Jordan Poole, and a guy who I don't think is being talked about enough, somewhat of a surprise, Andrew Wiggins. They've all dominated the offensive side of the ball for the Golden State Warriors. Now, Andrew Wiggins has burst onto the scene in these NBA playoffs, averaging 15 and 7 during the postseason. Not to mention, he's also been a very solid and pleasing defender next to Klay Thompson. Now, of course, Kevon Looney, not really part of the Big 5, but he's really been cleaning the boards. Over the last 6 playoff games, he's averaging 13 rebounds, 12.5 to be exact, per game in the last 6 games of the playoffs. Now, another guy who's going to drastically impact the defense for this Warriors team, Gary Payton II, is also rumored to be ready for the NBA Finals after getting hurt during a past series against John Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, of course, the Warriors as a team, they are first in total offense, averaging 114.5 points per game during the postseason, and they're second in point differential during the postseason. This Warriors dynasty looks to still be possibly alive. I mean, they're going for their 6th finals. They're in their 6th finals in 8 years. They're going for their 4th, I believe. Of course, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green as a core going for their 4th. And then you have players like Andrew Wiggins. You have players like Jordan Poole who are going for their 1st ever ring with the Golden State Warriors. Now, moving from Golden State, we're going to the Boston Celtics. Now, to my surprise, I predicted the Heat to win the series. However, the Celtics shocked me. They beat the Heat not only in 7 games, but they won Game 7 away in Miami. The Nets, the Bucks, the Heat, no doubt the Boston Celtics they've had a very hard road. That's all I'm going to say. The Boston Celtics have had a very hard road to the NBA Finals. Now, going to the superstar, Jason Tatum, averaging 27, 7, and 6 while shooting 45% from the field during the NBA playoffs. Another guy I want to talk about is Jaylen Brown, who's been a great second option, averaging 23 points per game during the playoffs. However, the real impact for the Boston Celtics has come from the core of the team. Marcus Smart has played amazing defense. He's a Defensive Player of the Year, as you guys know, and he's also poured in 15 points per game. Al Horford, another big part of that core, averaging 11 points and also leading the team into rebounds during the playoffs, while often guarding the best post players like Giannis Antetokounmpo in the 2nd round, for example. Grant Williams is another guy who has been a huge impact on the floor. Most of the Celtics bench, they've all stepped up. They've all been shooting better, but those are just some examples of some guys who have really stepped up for the Boston Celtics during this playoff run, which really, I didn't really see coming. I didn't expect. Now, the Celtics as a team, they are 1st in point differential during the playoffs and 2nd in total defense during the playoffs, ironically behind the team they just beat, the Miami Heat. They're looking to win the finals for the first time since 2008. If you guys don't remember, that was when they had Kevin Garnett, they had Paul Pierce, and they had Ray Allen. Now, you can look at it another big 3, maybe Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Marcus Smart, if you will. Now, of course, going to my prediction, not going to get straight into it yet. I'm going to go over some key players. Now, for the Golden State Warriors, I have 3 key players. I think Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson, and Gary Payton II going to be huge. They're going to be absolutely huge for this series. Now, of course, you have the dull ones. You know, Steph Curry, of course, is going to be an impact player. But these guys right here, these 3 guys, I think can drastically impact the series, whether that be positive or negative. Now, of course, you have Klay Thompson, Game 6 Klay, all that kind of stuff. He is the sidekick, if you will, of Stephen Curry, the other splash brother. Andrew Wiggins is a dude who's really had a huge impact this season. I mean, he was an all-star level starter. He is averaging 15 and 7 during the playoffs, playing amazing defense. He's not living up to the Maple Jordan monocle that was given to him when he got drafted. However, he's a very big role in the team. I think he's going to have a drastic impact. And of course, Gary Payton II, a guy who is going to really positively impact the perimeter defense for the Golden State Warriors. A part that hasn't specifically been weak, but can definitely get better for Golden State. Gary Payton II coming back is going to have a very positive impact on this team when it comes to defense. Now, of course, key players for the Celtics, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Al Horford. Now, Marcus Smart, again, he plays amazing amazing aggressive defense, really brings out the energy in the Celtics team. Jaylen Brown is the second option. I think he's going to have a couple of big games during this series with the Warriors, probably focusing on players like, I don't know, Jason Tatum, the superstar of the team, and of course Al Horford. The guy has played 15 plus seasons in the NBA. He's in his first NBA Finals ever. He's trying to win it. Fun fact, he's actually played the most playoff games without playing in a Finals game. It's somewhere around like 100 something. So Al Horford, he's really been doing his thing. I think he's going to have a big impact on this series. He just does all the things that you really can't see. Kind of like the Draymond Green to this team. You know, he'll play a little defense. He'll get you some rebounds. He'll get you some points. Al Horford is a winning level player. I think he's going to have a huge impact on the series along with Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown. Now, I know what you're asking. Michael, what's your prediction? But of course, before I give you my prediction, I want to ask the audience, I want to ask the viewers, what is your prediction? Drop it in the comments before I give you mine. I'm going to give you a couple seconds. Go ahead, drop your prediction, whatever you think is going to happen. All right. You've had enough time. My prediction, I've got the Warriors in 7. I think this is going to be a grit and grind of a series, but ultimately, I believe the Warriors offense is too much on both sides of the ball for the Boston Celtics. I think the Boston Celtics do have a lot of energy. They have a lot of firepower, but I mean, you look at the Warriors. You see Stephen Curry, who's been really, really hot in these last couple of games during the playoffs. Klay Thompson, the other splash brother, really getting more into his own. He's not all the way back yet, but he's definitely still effective. And then, of course, you have Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole. You have Kevon Looney's really stepping up. You have Draymond Green, who can do pretty much anything on the floor that the Golden State Warriors need in order to win. So I just don't think the Celtics can keep up with all that. I've got the Warriors in 7 games. It's going to be a very, very close series. And of course, my Finals MVP, a guy who, in my opinion, should probably already have one. But unfortunately, he doesn't. He's going to get his first one. And that guy is Stephen Curry, or Wardell Stephen Curry, if you guys want to be historically accurate to his name. But, of course, that's going to end this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. You guys help me out a little bit. If you did not put your prediction down before I reveal mine, I don't know. Tell me why mine is wrong. Tell me why you don't think mine could be correct. Tell me why you think the Celtics could possibly win this series. And who knows? Some people may be walking around saying, Celtics in 4, Celtics in 5. Whatever you believe, place in the comments. I would really, really love to respond to you. I would love to interact with the people, the audience. So you guys put those in the comments. But, of course, before I let you go, I want to let you know, stay loved, stay blessed. I wish you nothing but the best. And without further ado, I'm going to end this video. Thank you for watching.